For today, Isaiah Nathaniel, who is an entrepreneur and film producer and is also the owner and CEO of Calcom Technologies, which is an IT company based out of Philadelphia, PA. Mr. Nathaniel is also an owner of Mad Topics Productions, which is a film production company that focuses on film, sports, and photography. Mr. Nathaniel went to Central High in Philadelphia, PA, and went to our very own Delaware State, where his major was management in information systems. Please welcome our very own Del State alumni, Mr. Nathaniel.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Everybody well rested from homecoming? How was Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill? Great? You could talk back to me. They were great. Now, I wasn't at homecoming, but how did I know that? How did I know that they were here? Social media. So that is the power of social media, and that's what we're going to talk about today in specific. But in specifics of social media, we're going to talk about the business of social media. Social media is fun. Social media is personable. It's savvy. It's witty. But it's also a business. It's a business that can make money. And my challenge for you guys today is to utilize your experience here as an opportunity to make a name for yourself in the business world through the means of social media. That's why the topic of this discussion is the hashtag business of social media. For today, we're going to use the hashtag DSU Social 2K15. So for any pictures, any social media posts that you do today, please use this hashtag so that we can stay in touch with each other following this presentation. Does that make sense to everybody? So somebody want to tell me what a hashtag is, what a mention is, or what a share is? Anybody? Yes.
Pretty much something that you use to make a topic or the subject of whatever post that you put up, make it public to people, I guess, or put it under that
Moniker?
category, I guess.
Yes, that is what it is. Anybody else want to take a stab at it? No? Okay. So that is what it is, but we're going to dive into that a little bit deeper and the actual meanings of hashtag and how they translate into business. Anybody want to tell me in their minds what social media is? Anybody? Yes. A way to stay connected with people. Anybody else? Yes.
A way to interact and share ideas with people.
Yes. Anybody else? The main definition of social media is the collective of online communication dedicated to community-based input, interaction, content sharing, and collaboration. Now let's take a minute and think about that for a second. This online collaboration, this interaction of content sharing. When you think about social media and the way that it was created to keep everyone, particularly, let's say in this room, in contact with each other. Social media was the way to do that. My business partner here, Tyrone Tillman, he's actually an alum of Delaware State as well. We were actually teammates here at Delaware State on the basketball team. We came in together in 2000, we graduated in 2004, and we played basketball here for Coach Jackson. We didn't have social media. Our social media was phone calls, emails, and knocks on the door. Now you guys can connect with each other with 140 characters. That's how much we've grown in the past 11 years. If we would have social media back then, things would have been a lot different. I think he would agree to that. But we're business partners in this realm of film production and social media is a big deal in all of those aspects. What are some of the social media platforms that you guys know and you guys use? Facebook, Instagram. What's that? Snapchat. What else? Twitter. What else? LinkedIn. What else? How many know how many social medias there actually are? You named about 5 or 6. Is that the only social media available? These are the ones that you just used, correct? So now let's translate that into business terms. These are the 4 that you guys know that you guys use. Businesses are targeting those social media because that is their demographic. Sports companies target Instagram, target Facebook because this is their target demographic. So what I'm trying to do today is to challenge your way of thinking of social media to think of it more as an opportunity for yourselves to have careers outside of Delaware State. You probably all don't believe it, but after you graduate here, it's time to get a job. It's time to make money, to generate revenue. And the newest way to do that is through marketing of social media. Companies are utilizing social media internally and externally. My company in particular, we're hired as consultants to handle social media for companies. What does that mean? We tweet for them, we Facebook post for them, we use it as a customer service portal, we use it to build their brand, and they pay us handsomely to do it. So it's an opportunity. We introduced it into our business about 5 years ago and have grown in that vertical, probably accounts for 30% of our market share. 30%. One client in particular, just by the use of social media, we've taken them national in a year and 6 months. And the type of company it is, it's junk removal. Everybody know 1-800-GOT-JUNK? You heard of that company? There's another one called J-Dog Junk Removal. Their brand is that they're the only military company in the world that exclusively offers franchises to vets and family members of veterans. Unique model. We took them from infancy a year and a half ago. Now the CEO has been on Forbes, Fox Business, Good Time America, Good Day America, all through the use of social media. It's powerful. And they're competing against a $10 million budget, and their budget is $5 million. So what we're going to continue to do is try to translate the thinking of social media. Social media is good, personally, but we also have to be mindful of the reputation and the brand that we're tackling on social media personally. What do I mean by that? You guys in yourself are a brand. Each of your names carries weight, just as much as your resume. So when you hand your resume, you're handing them your brand. When I'm looking to hire someone, I'm looking at the entire package, their brand. Our human resource department looks definitely into social media. What did you post last night? Did you post that you were drunk, laying on the floor, throwing up? Or did you post you had a wonderful time at a concert? Social media follows you to the point where it can be the determining factor of me selecting someone from Delaware State or someone from the University of Delaware. Now, I'm partial to Delaware State. I want to give them the opportunity, but at the end of the day, I want that person to enhance my brand, so I want their brand to be as important to them. These are topics of business. Hashtag business. Is it starting to make sense to everybody? There are over 40 different social media sites. We know Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. But do you know the statistics? We're going to dive into some of the statistics because this is how you will get hired for these marketing positions. The marketing position has changed from traditional direct marketing to now you have to have a background in social media. Major companies are looking for you guys to help them further develop their brand. Their ultimate goal is brand reputation, brand management. So they're looking to this generation who thinks of it as something that's a novelty, but it's actually a way to generate revenue, which in turn is the greatest thing the company wants to do, make money. That's what I want to do. I want to buy nice suits. I want to buy nice clothes. I want to buy the latest Apple products. That takes money. So in order to make money, we have to have the proper staffing to do that. Let's look at these statistics. 71% of the internet use social media. 71%. 71% use Facebook, 28% use LinkedIn, 26% use Instagram, and 23% use Twitter. So when a business looks at this number as a whole, and this is just 2014, 2015 statistics haven't come out yet, this is just 2014, that's a staggering number. 71% of the American people, and there's some international stats in that, are using social media. So what does that mean? Anybody want to tell me what that means? Most people are online. Anybody else? I heard somebody over here. That means that that's where your consumers are. If you have a product, if you have a service, if you're promoting a party, where is your customers? Where are your people that are going to buy from you? 71% are online. So when you think about that, does that mean that you should invest in social media? That's why your brand, that's why you guys are so valuable today. You understand it. You understand what hashtag means. You understand what a retweet is. Older CEOs don't really know what retweeting is, don't know what a mention is. So they're going to pay you to do that. What may seem simple to you is big business. So what are the benefits of social media? Revenue, probably the most important thing of all of this. It's the most obvious opportunity to generate revenue. It can be done through building a community of relationships, advertising your products or services within a social media platform. If you choose to advertise through social media, it can link back to your business, it can link back to your website, or you can use social media as your own online portal. The next one is brand development. We're talking about brand. We keep talking about brand. Using social media allows your customers to connect and interact with your brand more so than traditionally your website. Years ago, you had a website, you had a contact form. This is how people would contact you. But they really wouldn't get the sentiment of the brand. They really wouldn't know what you're all about. But now, social media gives them the opportunity to connect with the consumers. It gives them the ability to do product A and B testing. What do I mean by that? Everybody knows the company Gap, right? The clothing company. Everybody knows that navy blue G, the navy blue A and a P, correct? In years before, in marketing and in business, they would do what is called a product A and B testing, which means that they would have a focus group, sort of like this, maybe in a conference room, and they would put out a new product, and they would say, what do you like, what don't you like about this specific product? Now, this would cost them millions and millions of dollars on this A and B testing. Now they are able to cut that cost in at least 80%. By what? Social media. So now you are now increasing the operating income of the business by 80% by social media. So you may pay your social media specialist or your marketing specialist $110,000 a year, and you're saving over $88 million. by the power of social media. Gap did it. They wanted to change their logo. They wanted to do something new, something funky, something different. Instead of doing A and B testing, they put it out on social media. Social media blasted them for it. Said, we hate this logo, we don't like this logo, we don't want this logo, we like the traditional Gap logo. Saved them a ton of money. They didn't change the logo, and Gap still is an international company making money. Another story. Campbell Soup. Everybody knows Campbell Soup? Campbell Soup wanted to change their labels. This was about 3 years ago. Wanted to change their labels. Spent $22 million getting it from inception all the way up to the senior vice president. $22 million. Do you think they approved it? No. The senior vice president didn't like it. So they spent $22 million getting it from the ground floor up the chain of management to the senior vice president. He vetoed it, and $22 million is out the door. That can feed all of our families right here. Well, so look at social media, not just personally, but hashtag business of social media. That can employ, $22 million can employ everybody in this room, correct? In one budget. So I want you guys to start thinking about this in terms of making yourself marketable to these companies for your expertise. It's natural to you guys. And this is what they're looking for. Is it making sense? What can social media do? It can attract customers. It can be a good way of attracting new customers. For example, when social media campaigns, if you see sponsored ads or things like that, they're targeting that specifically. And one of the things in the social media training that we give my staff is we tell them to know their product, know their brand, so that you can target specifically who you want to get. When you make a Facebook post from a business page, you can say, this is a demographic I want to target, the age, the location, sometimes the dollar amount. So if you know your target market, if you know your product or service, that can make you that much more effective. And it can make you more effective without wasting money. Search and discoverability. And we'll talk about this in later slides if we have time. One of the biggest things now that companies are trying to do, they're trying to be more visible, more transparent. They're trying to be searchable online. Everybody heard the term search engine optimization, search engine marketing. These are terms that these companies are really taking a hold of because they want to be visible. They want to reach their consumers. They want to be able to attract that 71% of the dollar that they weren't getting before. Next way is research, networking. And one more thing, recruitment, that's not on this list. Some organizations use social media to advertise vacant positions. That's where LinkedIn comes into play. Having a dynamic LinkedIn profile can give you the ability to set apart yourself from someone who's just handing in their resume with a cover letter. LinkedIn has really transformed the job market, and a lot of people are getting hired from LinkedIn. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, I suggest you get one and update it immediately. Here we go again, that target market. Anyone wants to read what a target market is? You, read it for me.
Target market is a group of customers that a business has decided to focus marketing efforts and ultimately its product and or service. The well-defined target market is the first element of market strategy.
What does that mean to you? Yeah.
People that you would like to
Why is your target market important? Most likely the ones that spend money for you. That's absolutely correct, but let's take it a step further. Your target market gives you the ability to maximize your dollar. If you know who your target is, you're not wasting the extra dollars on someone who may not ever buy from you again. That's why a target is so important. So when you guys are applying for these positions, know these terms because they're going to want to know, how can you help them? How can you help them get to the next level? Because they don't know. But all they know is that 71% of their customers are online. So in your job interview, they're going to say, well, how can you help us in this social media? We've heard so much about it. You can say, well, sir, ma'am, 71% of your customers are online. And if I get the opportunity, I will learn your target market and then promote your product or service to them. That's going to separate you from the customer, from the other candidates, and then they may hire you. Social media specialists and marketing specialists, they start them at $60,000, $65,000 a year. And then depending upon your experience, you can move up to 6 figures, sometimes even 7 figures, depending upon who the company is. Some companies have social media whole departments, and their budgets are $2, $3 million a year. Make sense? So here are some of the things to get you started with that target market. I want you to read these questions for me.
Are your target customers males and females? How old are they? Where do they live? Is geography a limiting factor for any reason? What do they do for a living? How much money do they make? What other aspects of their life matter?
Now, when you think of these questions, do they seem obnoxious? Do they seem too intrusive? Do they seem like you're now thinking of these can determine a target market? Some may say, these are too personal of questions. These questions are getting too deep into my life, my personal life. That's what companies do every day. Why do you think you wear Nikes and Jordans? They know your mom's income, they know your dad's income, but they target it. So these are the questions that they're asking, and these are the questions you should be asking when you're thinking about your target market. So to tie on to your job interview, they're going to say, well, how can you determine our target market? You give them these set of questions, and they'll understand it. Because they do it. We do it. My company, we offer technology services to small and medium businesses. We offer web design. We offer social media services. And what do? We want to know who our target market is. We don't want someone who's going to pay us $200 a month to manage their Facebook page. We don't want that. That, quite frankly, doesn't do it for us. We want someone who's going to pay us $5,000 a month to manage it for them, $10,000 a month. We want someone who has a marketing budget of $300,000. So we're targeting that specifically. So in our literature for the social media services, one of the things that I put out was, do you need customer service online? That gravitates these type of companies that have that budget because they can't handle it all. What does your brand say about you? All companies want to know about that. Social media is a way to manage that reputation and further it. This is how we attract some of our target market. Then the other thing is geography, a limiting factor in your target market. When I came here to Delaware State in 2000, we had Royal Farms. Is that still here? Where I'm from in Philadelphia, Royal Farms doesn't exist. You know what its competition is? Wawa. So knowing these, you can target through social media. But now I know what Royal Farms is, but I also know what Wawa is. So now if I go to them with statistics about Royal Farms and their market share in the South Atlantic region, maybe I can get the Wawa account using the competition to get what I need. Does that make sense? Make sense to anyone? Any questions right now? All right. Facebook. We all know it. It boasts 1.4 billion users. 1.4 billion users. That's an enormous amount of people on one social media site. The age demographic is 18 to 65 and over, and it's just risen 23% in the last year. It used to be 59, but now they've included 65 plus because that many more people are utilizing Facebook. It also is a known fact that more women use the platform than men. How many women in here use Facebook regularly? Nobody in the back? What about Instagram?
Say Snapchat.
What about Snapchat? What about Twitter? We're going to target that. 66% of the market for Facebook is men, but they don't use it. So shoe outlets, clothing outlets, they're very heavy on Facebook because of this 77% of dominance of women on Facebook. The median income is 50 to 74,000. Over 75,000 is 72%. These are the numbers you should be knowing. You should research them each year. This will get you hired. The next one, Twitter. 300 active million users. The age demographic is 18 to 49, and it's very business friendly. It's very network friendly. 4 years ago, or even when we were in college, when the BET Awards came on, there weren't any hashtags on there. It was AJ and Free. Y'all don't even know who that is, do you? Y'all know who that is? It was AJ and Free, and who else was it? And Bow Wow came later. But it was just AJ and Free hosting the BET Awards. Another thing, and it just came to me, if we had hashtag, before I was coming up here, I did the hashtag, I searched on Instagram the hashtag DSU Homecoming and DSU, and that's how I saw Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj were here. We didn't have that. But what did we have at our homecoming, freshman year?
We had Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Look at that. And we didn't have a hashtag. So the stories only live through us. It was, what was it, State Property, Beanie Siegel came out, and then he said, I have a special guest for y'all. And then out comes Jay-Z. I mean, and everybody went crazy. It was right over there, Memorial, the gymnasium. If we'd had social media, that would have got a lot of retweets and a lot of hashtags, don't you agree? So now you feel kind of mad because we had Jay-Z. It's all right. Next slide for Twitter. 24% is men, 21% is women. I want you to really look at these. 25% of the urban market use Twitter, 23% use business, 17% in the rural areas. LinkedIn, 347 million users. It appeals to you guys. And it boasts the highest income median on all of the social media. So you're looking for that six-figure paying job or that 60, 70,000 paying job out of college, get a LinkedIn account. These where recruiters are going to find you today. Many of the users on here are the CEOs, persons like myself looking for the natural talent. First thing I'm looking for, what school did they attend? If they went to DSU, I'm looking further. Sean Bristol, he went here. Is he still here? He connected with me through LinkedIn, and the first thing that attracted to me to his profile was the DSU. So if you guys don't have it yet, that should be on your topic of agenda for today. 28% of men, 27% of women, 44% have an income of $75,000 or more. 44%. So if you're looking to market yourself, to network yourself, to get into that crowd, LinkedIn is the way to do it. I don't look at my salary, I don't look at the money I make as I'm wealthy or I'm rich. It gets me in the door. It gets me at the table of those big meetings that I need to be at. It gets me on boards. So if you want to be in that room, in that collective, in that networking group, LinkedIn is probably the way to do it. Does that make sense to everyone? Here we go. Instagram. This is our target market. 300 million active users, but it's still less than who? Who? Facebook. The age demographic is 18 to 29. That's why you guys know it so heavily, so much. And it's most utilized in urban areas. So if you're a sneaker company, if you're promoting parties, if you're promoting a new product or service, and this is your target market, you're going to want to set up campaigns for that business on Instagram. So going back to his job interview, if they say after the first 3 months, okay, you've learned our products and services, you've told us what our target market is, what's your strategy or approach? You're going to say, here are the social media platforms you should use, and here are the statistics why. If you're working for Nike, you want to say, I want to set up an Instagram account because our urban market is utilizing this network. I want to set up a Facebook account because 71% of your customers are on Facebook. I also want to set up a Twitter account because my demographic is using hashtags. Now, did I say anything about LinkedIn, Pinterest, any of those other ones? No. A strategic approach does what? It minimizes waste and it makes you maximize your ability and be able to handle it all. So even though there are over 40 platforms of social media, going back to that original slide in the beginning, your approach to each client may be different. Some of our clients, we just do Facebook and Twitter. Some of our clients, we just do Instagram. We're trying to maximize their dollar, but be more effective where their target market is. So even though it's what you guys know and research your opportunities. Study thyself approved so that your days may be great. Make sense? Let's look at these statistics. 22% are men, 29% are women. What does that mean? Men, stop trolling. Swiping through those pictures, not hitting the likes. Women do the same thing, right? You guys probably understand the language, right? If you don't post it on Instagram, it's not real, right? That's what someone told me, right? Is that correct? You can post it on Instagram, but you won't post it on Facebook. That means it's real, right? Am I lying? Or am I telling the truth? Women, tell me. If you post a picture of your boyfriend on Instagram, but you don't post it on Facebook, are you in a relationship? Yes? No? No? So where should you post it? On all of them? So, if I'm a relationships expert, where am I going to go? Where am I going to advertise my services for relationships? Yes?
I know with me, my social media, there's different audiences that I want to communicate with. My family is on Facebook. There's certain things that I'll post on Instagram, I won't post on Facebook because 9 times out of 10 I don't want my family to see.
Excellent. 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 Exactly. Facebook is used, remember the demographic for Facebook. Who remembers the demographic for Facebook? 18 to 65 plus. Your mother's on there, your father's on there, your brothers, your sisters, your church folk. Everybody's on there that you connected with. So if you go out on Saturday night and you friends with your pastor on Facebook, I don't think you're posting that dress on there, right? You're not posting you drunk on there, right? But you'll post it to Instagram. Make sense? Now, let's transition that into the business world. If I'm an alcohol company or a liquor company, vodka, he likes Henny, Ciroc, I'm going to do sponsored ads on where? Instagram. But I'm not going to do it on Facebook. This can be your job because you understand it. And I'm going to pay you to do it. Make sense? The business of hashtags. This is a good one. I always like talking about this. Hashtag what I ate last night. Hashtag my socks are blue. Hashtag I don't like this class. The teacher is not good. Those hashtags mean nothing. But hashtag business, hashtag DSU, hashtag DSU social 2K15, they mean something. So think about that on your next post and look at those statistics. 24% of people only measure the tweets contained in hashtags. 21% actually engage into hashtags. So when you have multiple and multiple and multiple and multiple hashtags, people are really truly not going to engage in it. But if you have two meaningful ones, that might give someone the ability to do it. So if you guys post something today and you use the hashtag DSU, hashtag DSU social 2015, everybody's going to know you were in this class. Everybody's going to know you went to DSU. That may give you some retweets, some reposts. But if you do hashtag DSU homecoming, hashtag DSU 2015, hashtag DSU social 2015, hashtag I had a purple shirt on today, hashtag I had an orange tie today, hashtag lunch, people are going to look at you like, what's going on? I'm not reading all that. Am I telling the truth? So what you guys know subconsciously is a marketing asset. Utilize it. I'm going to keep saying the same thing. So after all of this stuff, all right, we got 12 more minutes. After all of this stuff, you have to develop the keys to the social and great campaigns. Now, once you're on these particular social media avenues, you want to stay engaged. You want to keep the lines of communication open. Develop your niche. Maintain professionalism at all times. I'm going to say that one more time. Maintain professionalism at all times. Anybody want to tackle what maintaining professionalism is? Go ahead.
I mean, I think that means to know that, like, even though you may not always be in what you may consider a professional setting, you still need to carry yourself as somebody that needs to be respected and carry yourself professionally always. Don't break character ever. Don't break character. Let me give you an example. Social media is meant to be engaging. It's meant to give you a voice. But it's not meant for you to be ratchet. It's not meant for you to be trashy. And it's not meant for you to be demeaning to your family. At all times, maintain professionalism. There are trollers out there. There are people who they get enjoyment out of drawing negativity. Could be some of your friends, some of your best friends, your homies, or your girlfriends. We have one in particular who just likes to draw up negativity. He responds to negativity. But if you maintain your professionalism, you will far out succeed them. It's not even funny. Because let's go back to the beginning. What do these companies want? To maintain their brand. They can't have you in charge of their social media, and if someone says this product sucks or I lost the sole off my Nike, I'm not buying from them ever again, and you go back and say, well, we're $1 billion company, we don't need your $100. Yes, you do. That $100 is what got you to the billions.
So your objective is what? How would someone respond if you're working for Nike, any one of you, and someone makes a post, the sole of my Nike fell off, I'm not spending any more money in Nike, and they put it on the Nike Facebook page, what is your response? Somebody in the back. You, in the back. Suit, box. Put your hand on you. Yep, you. What is your response?
I'm gonna ask them how we can improve the shoe.
That's a good answer. What's another one? Yes.
Do you want a new pair?
It's a good answer. What about another one? One more. One more. You in the turquoise shirt. You. Laptop in front of you. You. All of these are perfect responses. All of these are perfect responses. The easiest way to diffuse a situation is kindness, professionalism. It diffuses the situation right away. So think about that. Think about using that as a customer service aspect, and guess what? It's chargeable. Many brands, like I said, many companies like myself, we make money off of being customer service. One of our clients is the Parking Authority in Philadelphia. And they get it daily for towing people's cars, ticketing people's cars, the whole 9 yards. But our job is not to incite a situation, but to diffuse a situation. So what do? Offer coupons. We tell them, let's see what we can do, try to point you in the right direction. This is how you handle yourself professionally. You guys aren't studying business for any reason, correct? You're studying business because you're wanting to be in business, maybe for yourself or working for something. These are the ways that you can make yourself marketable and far outlast what happens in the organization. What do I mean by that? Because of your skill set that you natively have, you can possibly take over the marketing position at a new company after a certain amount of time. It happens all the time. Someone come in young, energetic, fresh with ideas, fresh with statistics, knowing the target market can give you a leg up and make you a great asset. A report shows that the marketing field, the social media field, is the quickest growing field in business today. Make sense? Mobile is the new office. These smartphones, if you have Android, I don't like you, I'm telling you now. iPhone all day. But let's be for real. Android and iPhone are the two best. If you have either one of them, these are power. These are keys in your hand. A lot of your job will be going out to corporate events, taking pictures, posting them on Facebook or Instagram. Mobile is the key, having these tools. Your generation thinks, I have the app on my phone. It's just the way it's supposed to be. These are opportunities for business, for tools. Being able to go out on the go. If you're a photographer, being able to take great pictures on your iPhone 6 and using the hashtag iPhone 6 photos. This can be a great way to start your business. Your mobile device is a good opportunity for you to make money as well. 6 minutes left. The purpose of social media and business. Why we have to have social media. And all the things that I've talked about today, I want two people to tell me why you must have social media in your business. You right there.
To stay connected, to know what the consumer wants, needs. Just to stay on top of your competition in your demographic area.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else? One more person. You right there. Burgundy suede suit.
Basically, keep informed of like the latest things out, what everybody wants to do. Also, like competition with the other brands that sell similar things?
That's the purpose of social media and business. You want to increase, yes, go ahead.
To market your product as well.
Market your product and service. By doing what first? Before you market to them, what must you know?
Your target.
Target market. So it seems like it's sinking in what social media can mean and the impact it can have financially, motivationally, and ultimately for an entrepreneurship. How many guys want to be entrepreneurs here? We got 4 minutes. Tell me what you want to do.
Start a website,
Start a website?
social media website.
Social media website. So did you learn anything today? Something that you can apply? Anybody else? Who else wants to own their own business? You.
I want an online rental place, so it's like you can rent tuxedos and stuff. That's all.
What's your target market?
Target market is the youth, so it's like college kids and high school kids.
So what social media should you use?
Instagram,
Instagram and Twitter. Why not? Why not start today? You know how Facebook was started? College dorm room. You know how Apple was started? Garage. All it takes is an idea. Yes.
Before your time is up, can you talk to them a bit about their brand though and how they really need to watch what you're posting
Of course.
out there?
Let's think about this. What is a brand? Somebody want to tell me what a brand is? What is it?
A way to like put yourself out there, show your quality.
Yes. Brand is the compilation of product, service, target market, revenue share, all of the above. That is your brand. Yourself, your name, Isaiah Nathaniel, is a brand. The way I walk, the way I talk, that is different from the next person. Maintain that relationship, maintain that respect, that dignity, and that quality. Meaning what? You have to watch what you post. You shouldn't be posting things that you wouldn't want your mom to see, or you wouldn't want your grandmom to see that she would be upset about. You have to maintain that reputation as your brand. You are a walking resume. You are a walking opportunity. I'm going to let you in a little secret. My marketable hourly rate that I charge my customers, anybody want to take a guess? What? What is it? What's that? $50? Who said 200? My marketing hourly rate is $150 an hour. Overtime is $350. Because my brand has maintained that reputation. When I started at $50 an hour, started at 60, kept moving it up, and as I continued to learn and own my craft, so did I increase my market hourly rate. So I'm a walking brand. I'm a walking business. What did Jay-Z say? I'm not a businessman, I'm a business. That's right. That's facts. Hashtag facts. So I want you guys to start thinking about this because it's an opportunity for you guys to do it. Be focused and diligent in everything you do. Maintain that reputation. Everybody heard of, what's the most recent thing? The Rick Ross thing with Meek Mill and his fiance. Come on, we know you heard it, right? Everybody heard about it, right? You heard about it through where? Social media, right? How old was that picture? The picture was years old, but it followed her. So now this young lady, regardless of what her track record is, regardless of what she did, she may now possibly not have the husband in Rick Ross, who was her fiance, because of something years ago that was posted on social media. So please be mindful of what you post. Make sense? Well, I thank you guys for my time. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and all those things at Zeke259, and use the hashtag for today. What is the hashtag for today? My man.
On
Thank you.
behalf of Del State, we want to thank you.
Thank you. I got it. Thank you, guys.